the one that coined the term that liberalism is a mental disorder. You're doing a big speech about this. What the hell is their problem? Can't they see their push?
You know, I have the book right in my hand, Liberalism and a Mental Disorder. I published it in 2006. It wasn't meant to be sarcastic. I wasn't Jonathan Swift. I knew exactly what I was talking about, only I didn't know it was a terminal mental disorder. I thought it was curable. The problem is liberalism is an incurable mental disorder, and I am not talking about decent, kind, reasonable liberals of the Voltairean kind. You know, I may disagree with you, but I'd fight to the death your right to say it. Remember that beautiful saying by Voltaire? Those days are long over. It's no longer I may disagree with you and I'd fight to death your right to say it. The progressives of today, who are the fascists of today, say I may disagree with you, but I will kill you rather than let you say another word. And so we are at the Civil War. You know, there used to be a thing called the Cold War, Alex. We're way past the Cold War because they're fighting a hot war. They try to attack you in restaurants, as they've done to various people in the media, myself included. How unusual is it for a man my age, a law-abiding citizen, a man with higher degrees, with a decent family, a man who pays too much in taxes for so many years, been working since I'm 5 years old? Why do I have to go to a restaurant with pepper spray and a loaded gun, Alex? Why is that?
Because these people are homicidal maniacs.
Well, all I can say is, you know, give me liberty, I'll give you their death, because I'm not going down. They are. I'm not going to live this way. They're not stealing my country from me under the guise of their hysterical left-wing madness.
Now it's easier than ever to have band.video on your iPhone. Simply go to band.video with your Safari browser. Then you click the share button at the bottom of the screen. When the menu comes up, you simply click Add to Home Screen. It will then ask you to name the app. I suggest band.video. You will now have band.video app on your home screen, despite the fact that Tim Cook tried to stop it. The globalists think you're lazy, but by taking a little bit of action, you can override them, have the app, and then tell others about it so they can get the app. So it's up to you whether you want to defy big tech and click the share buttons below on your email, on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, however you want. Be sure and share band.video.
They want it to be a one-sided, non-due process sham court. And it's about to push this country to a civil war if they were to get their wishes. And if there's one thing I don't want to see in my lifetime, I don't want to ever have participation in, it's a civil war. Some historian, I don't remember who, said guns are only involved in the last phase of a civil war. What's gone on here has not protected the Constitution. It's not protected the institutions. It's not protected this little experiment in self-government. No, what it has done is put it all at risk.
Are we going to sit here and let a bunch of satanic pedophiles completely dominate the country and have their way with us? We're going to let them destroy the rule of law, have kangaroo courts, persecute innocent people in the streets, launch endless wars in our name? Or are we going to get back to God? That's the question. And Louis Gohmert of Texas laid it out. Armed men under the command of the Democrats are having secret kangaroo hearings with known liars who've been caught lying, who work for Hillary and Obama and Clapper and Brennan and the rest of them, and they are leading us into an armed civil war. They've been talking about removing the president outside of law. They've been talking about removing him, saying he's mentally ill because they couldn't get the impeachment, they thought. So instead, they're going forward with a rigged event, which is extremely dangerous and is illegal. So here is the congressman from Texas talking about how civil wars really start, and we're in one now. When they're censoring a whole class of people and persecuting them and taking their bank accounts and beating them up and throwing coffee on them and calling them Nazis. And then calling themselves the defenders of speech. It's sick. And then that very group of globalists are the ones that have sold the nation out. So here's the key to what Congressman Gohmert said. The full speech is on Infowars.com.
We don't want the committee with the most expertise on constitutional issues dealing with these constitutional issues. We want to put armed guards outside a hearing and have it in a secret, compartmented information facility. And we're not going to let the other side call their own witnesses so we get a fair picture of what actually went on. And we're not even going to let them ask questions we don't want them to ask. We'll instruct the witnesses not to answer. Because, you see, they want it to be a one-sided, non-due process sham court. And it's about to push this country to a civil war if they were to get their wishes. And if there's one thing I don't want to see in my lifetime, I don't want to ever have participation in, it's a civil war. Some historian, I don't remember who, said guns are only involved in the last phase of a civil war. What's gone on here has not protected the Constitution. It's not protected the institutions. It's not protected this little experiment in self-government. No, what it has done is put it all at risk.
Absolutely. It is the globalist foreign powers with their agents doing all of this. And you're going to see the most incredible clips ever of Brennan and Clapper and others, and the former CIA director, McLaughlin, saying, thank God for the deep state, says John McLaughlin, like they're these heroes, and thank God there's no chain of command for us. Yeah, no Bill of Rights, no Constitution, no due process, not even a branch of government, just put in by Hillary, the Clintons, put in by Obama, running the show, believe you can do whatever you want, created ISIS, destabilized the Middle East, committed all these crimes. Think about that. And they get up there in this clip I'm about to play about how they are the most moral, good people and how they are trooping up to the little secret hearings and spewing their lies and their garbage. You find out who's doing it. They literally all are the adjuncts. The gophers, the secretaries of these individuals that think because they got in control of these giant sprawling intelligence agencies that were supposedly to fight the Russians in the Cold War, that it's their right to rule over us now. And that they're the permanent fourth branch of government that is above the law. Here they are.
I have to agree that now the impeachment inquiry is underway, sparked by a complaint from someone within the intelligence community. It feeds the president's concern and often used term about a deep state being there to take him out.
Thank God for the deep state.
hit pause, please. Great job, crew. Back that up again. From the start, here's the reporter, CBS, saying, you have the deep state, your secretaries, your managers, your viceroys. It's the list of them here. I'll go over it later. Michael Savage is coming on next, and we'll get back into all this. And Brennan is all on a power trip, arrogantly looking like a crocodile, just looking like a psycho from a movie. Former CIA director, next to the other former CIA director that thinks they own this country, globalist. He says, thank God for the deep state. Intel traders admit they want to take out Trump. They say that too. It's all by them, the whole chain. And they think they control Congress. They're having fake secret hearings right now. And Gohmert's saying, hey, you're taking it to the point of war. And now we need to start talking about that. But they're going to stage terror attacks and blame it on us. But long before we get to that point, they will trigger it. But we're now here, folks. Now listen to this sycophant invert reality. Listen to evil.
You'd have to agree that now the impeachment inquiry is underway, sparked by a complaint from someone within the intelligence community. It feeds the president's concern and often used term about a deep state being there to take him out.
Thank God for the deep state. I mean, I think,
look at all those old spooks.
This progression of diplomats and intelligence officers and White House people trooping up to Capitol Hill right now and saying, these are people who are doing their duty, who are responding to a higher call.
Oh.
It doesn't...
A mandate of heaven?
Well, think about it for a minute. With all of the people who knew what was going on here, it took an intelligence officer to step forward and
make
say
up crap
about it, which was the trigger that then unleashed everything else.
Like the fake WMDs you guys made up, the CIA?
What I tell American people why that happens is this is the institution in the U.S. government that, with all of its flaws, and it makes mistakes, is institutionally committed to objectivity and to telling the truth. It is one of the few institutions in Washington.
One of the few we can trust is the leftist globalists running the CIA.
To speak the truth, it's engraved in marble in the lobby.
It's engraved in marble at the lobby. Wow. And they'll get rid of that due process for us and have all their minions come out and say, intimidate Trump supporters and physically attack them. Well, Mr. Tough Guy, none of these guys ever killed anybody themselves. They just gave the orders. And now they think they're going to whoop America's ass. They think they're going to piss on our grave. And all these guys, I mean, Brennan's a communist, admittedly, and say they want China to dominate us. No, son, your expiration date is up. You're going to get your card punched. Now it's easier than ever to have band.video on your iPhone. Simply go to band.video with your Safari browser. Then you click the share button at the bottom of the screen. When the menu comes up, you simply click Add to Home Screen. It will then ask you to name the app. I suggest band.video. You will now have band.video app on your home screen, despite the fact that Tim Cook tried to stop it. The globalists think you're lazy, but by taking a little bit of action, you can override them, have the app, and then tell others about it so they can get the app. So it's up to you whether you want to defy big tech and click the share buttons below on your email, on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, however you want. Be sure and share band.video. There's a reason we were deplatformed 14 months ago, and it's because InfoWars has been over the target with something like a 98% accuracy rate. We have laid out everything that's going on, and folks are really paying attention now. That means now is the time to support the InfoWar more than ever, and we're going to take this thing over the top together. Everything must go super sale, ladies and gentlemen. This sale on some items on the site is the biggest sale we've ever offered. 40 to 70% off, store-wide. Many of these are at cost or below because we're offering free shipping on every order and double Patriot points. Take advantage of the Everything Must Go sale, and the funds that come in allow us to fund ourselves into next year and order new product for next year at InfoWarsStore.com. That's InfoWarsStore.com, and thank you for your support.